Hello. Today I'd like to talk about soul's plan. I took a whole course on it and it made lots of sense to me and explained many things. So when we suffer, or when I suffered, many times it happened to me. I go like this towards God and I'm saying like, God, why, oh, why do I have to go through this? Why, oh, why is this happening? Why these people are like they are? Why do they do these things to me? Like I'm full of pain. What's the point of this suffering? This happened to me many times. And knowing about soul's plan helped me understand much better what's going on. So, what's a soul's plan? Before we incarnate in a body, our soul creates a plan. What would we like to work on? What lessons would we like to learn? What karma would we like to balance in that particular lifetime? And our soul creates these situations, um, creates a lifetime for us where we will be able to experience what we wanted to experience to learn our lessons or to balance karma. And then we ask other souls, would they like to participate? Would they like to be, for example, my father or my mother? Would they like to do this to me so that I could learn these lessons? And the same thing happens with other souls. They might ask my soul, would I like to be in their lives and teach them this lesson, do this to them or that? And then we incarnate. But since there's no linear time, we can slightly modify our soul's plan, I think, but maybe I'm mistaken. I'll give you an example. That's something to think about. I was suffering a lot, like a lot. It was like at the point where I was asking my guides and God, I said, please help me. I cannot handle this anymore. Help me. I need help. This was already during my spiritual awakening. This was actually not even a year ago. I was asking them, help me, help me. I don't know how, just help me. And what I heard in my mind, their reply was, help is coming. Help is coming. And help came in the shape and form I could not even imagine. And it was a great help. It really reduced my suffering. All circumstances have changed because of that. Although, when the news dropped on me when it happened, I was like, how can this be? Like, really? This is not what I planned, what I was looking forward to. This is not the future I was planning for myself. And yet it happened. And it turned out to be a help for me. So, was it already on the soul's plan, or did I create it because I asked for it? When I was living my soul's plan, it's still a question because we are creating our realities. We are helping to create our realities. Yet, the soul's plan has these big chapters. You need to go through this, through this, through this, through this, in order to learn this, and you will meet these people that will teach you all these lessons, that will be there for you so that you can learn what you want to learn. So knowing this helped me a lot with forgiveness also, because my suffering mostly stemmed from other people. Other people did things to me that caused me lots of pain. But now that I know about the soul's plan, I know that I created this. I created these circumstances. I met these people. I asked their souls before, would you like to do this to me? And they said yes. And so they did exactly what I asked for. There are soul contracts. And they made a contract with me. Yes, Renata, we'll be like this and this with you. We'll tell you this and this. We'll make you go through this and this. We made a soul contract. And that's why I met these people and they did exactly what I asked for. So basically, they didn't do things to me to make me suffer. They did things for me because I wanted to learn this. So this is what soul's plan is about. There are horrible things that happen to people. Horrible from the land of horrible. And yet, even those horrible things, these souls planned because they wanted to experience it. Our life on earth is about experiencing feelings. There are many people, like basically maybe all of us, that do not want to go through difficult emotions, heavy emotions, suffering, and they push it under. They do other things not to think about it. That's where addictions come from. Just not to feel what they are supposed to feel because it's painful. They push it under the rug. And if they keep doing it again and again and again and again, it goes into their body and manifests. These emotions manifest as physical pain. And then we go through physical pain and we feel what we would have felt if we didn't push them under the rug, if we just allowed them to be, cry them all out, let them all out, or just sit with them and be with them, then we wouldn't have to be ill. I am a very healthy person, like really healthy. Knowing what I had to go through, the suffering I had to experience in my life, it's quite surprising. But the fact is that I always cried it out. I never hid my emotions. Whatever I felt it. And I felt it fully, full blast. Would be rolling on the floor in the fetus position because mostly pain was for either somewhere here and on my heart. And I would just cry it out. Like I remember when my mom died, I cried it out like this on the floor, but without even tears. That the pain was just so big, there were no tears. It was like this energy coming out of me without tears. My mouth open, but like screaming silently. Yes, so I did not suppress my emotions. I cried it out. Anger is another thing. There is a theory, or some people say, that behind every anger, there's pain. And behind every pain, there's anger. They go together. And since in our culture, we are taught that angry is not good. Oh, you're angry. It's like something's wrong with you. You're angry. So people suppress that anger. They don't express that anger again and again and again and again. And where does it go? It enters into our body and we get sick. So then we start feeling what we were not wanting to feel, that anger. Anyway, so that's about emotions. The purpose of our lives is to experience, experience all sorts of emotions. So now I was talking about not such a good emotions, but my soul's plan was actually, now that I look at it, was perfectly made, because I had lots of sufferings, but in between I had these fantastic experiences. Like my life was so full. Like I did everything. And if I did not have these good experiences, I would probably not be alive right now. I would have just like be go, because only suffering is just not, there has to be balance and harmony. So I traveled around the world. I've been around the world like 3 times. I went to Bali, and that was an amazing experience. That was the time of my life between the difficult periods. I did, what is it that I did not do? I sailed all possible sailing vehicles, in my life, and I had so much pleasure, even the sailing boat. And just like it was great, all these experiences, these adventures I went on, and they kept me going. They showed me, that life is actually not just bad. It can also be great, fantastic. So I am very grateful for my soul, from for creating this beautiful, amazing life, rich with experience, because that's what it's all about. Now my plan is to live my highest timeline. We cannot escape lessons or karma balancing. They will always be there. What I hope for from now on, that I will learn my lessons in a more peaceful way, with perhaps less suffering, but peacefully, with grace, and be in more harmony. And perhaps the sets of lessons I will have from now on will allow me to be in this peaceful, joyful state, and yet keep growing my soul's experiences. Yes, so that's about soul's plan. Everything that happens to you happens for your highest and greatest good. It happens because you planned it, you created it, you wanted to experience this. Knowing and understanding this, people who caused you pain, they were there because you asked them to be there. Thank them with all your heart. Love them that they were there for you, so that you could experience what you experienced. So that's about Soul's Plan. Thank you very much for watching.